Welcome everyone to the Co-Creators Convergence celebration of World Unity Week. I'm Noelle Marshall, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Co-Creators Convergence. And this year, our third year doing this, 3 out of 3, we established the Co-Creators Global Village. And 4 organizations went together to bring the best of the best. And I have a wonderful guest coming up, Cheryl Murphy. I'm going to put everything about her in the chat here. Not everything, she's keeping a few things secret, but she's a medium, so how do you do that? So without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my dear friend, Rita Marsh, the Center for Human Flourishing, who is going to introduce our guest for the next hour, Cheryl Murphy. Welcome, Cheryl. So happy to have you here.
Thank you, Noelle. Thank you for having me.
Rita, over to you.
Thanks so much, Noelle, and your partners in creating this wonderful room for World Unity Week. My name is Rita. I'm in Carbondale, Colorado, and I'm a co-founder of the Center for Human Flourishing. We provide programs in integral health here at 3rd Street Center in Carbondale. And it has been my pleasure a number of years ago to meet Cheryl Murphy, who was a resident of our valley and now lives in California. Cheryl is an evidential medium and a psychic, and she has studied metaphysics for over 20 years. She provides seminars and classes in her home state and also here in Colorado, and we're going to host her here in August. I'm so excited about that. One of her gifts is that she channels loved ones who have passed over. So Cheryl, I'm going to turn it over to you so that you can say more about what it is you do and provide our audience with experience that you bring to the world. Your incredible gift to the planet, so important at this time.
Very much so. Thank you. And thank you, Rita. And thank you, everyone, for having me today. Thank you, World Unity Week. And thank you to the speakers that I have been listening to. I feel quite honored to be among these beautiful light workers and empaths, by the way. And that's really my talk for today, was to tell you about me, but also share with you about how you can tune into your own superpower, your own sensitivity. So, and I'll do that by telling you about my life, what I do, and how it ran in my family, being a medium and a psychic. But first, I always love to start the circles. I call this a circle. I love to think that we're a community and a family. So if you would please, I'd love to open this circle with you this hour. If you would please go ahead and close your eyes or let them gently gaze at the floor. But I'd love for you to take a beautiful breath in and out. And take that moment of gratitude and of love. And I want you to breathe that power of those words in for yourself right now, breathing love and gratitude. It's been such a wonderful week with World Unity Week, and I'm so excited to even continue and listen to tomorrow's events and even from there on. I want to open the circle, and how we do this is we set the intention, right? We always want to set our intention when we begin to meditate or do our spiritual work. I'd like to set the intention to ask for the highest good to come, and the highest good not only for ourselves, but for everyone involved. That means we ask for the highest good to come for our family, our friends, our community at work. And we give gratitude for what we're being shown today, what we're being inspired to do today, what messages we're receiving. And we're very grateful to have that open heart conversation about how we can all come together to make a better tomorrow and to bring the world together in a peaceful unity. Now, as we open the circle, take one more moment now and imagine a beautiful ribbon of gold light sending it out your right hand or the right side of your body. And just imagine a beautiful ribbon of gold light, which represents love and support for everyone. Let's have it go around in a circle, right? So it goes around out the right side of your body, going counterclockwise. It's as if we're sending it out to the world. You can even circle the planet if you wish with it. But I love to imagine people being touched. Their hearts are being touched and lit up like Christmas lights. So I bring that beautiful ribbon of gold all the way around counterclockwise, bringing it into the left side of your body. Taking a breath in and out. And now with your left hand or your left side of the body, sending that ribbon of love and support. We're using the color of gold today. It's a beautiful vibrational color. Sending gold out the left side of our body, going all the way around clockwise, as if we're giving everyone a double hug today of love and support, bringing all of us closer together, sending love and support to whomever may need it, whomever is asking for it. Let that be for them. Going all the way around the circle on the right and bringing it in the right side of the body. And so it is. And when you're ready, you may gently open your eyes. I love opening the circle. I believe we all connect with each other through the power of intention, through the power of prayer, and through the power of manifesting only for the highest good to come through. So I would love to open the circle as I did and then close the circle. I always ask if you'll stay with me till the end. I'd love to close that circle, really contain this high vibration that we're all sitting in, okay? That we're all experiencing. So today is about your authentic power. Your authenticity is your superpower. As we've heard in the previous discussions, we're moving into a fifth dimensional world. Many of us are there. Many of us go back and forth from the 5D to the 3D. So what is the difference? Just a quick review. The three-dimensional world is a duality, right? It's more duality. It's more, you know, you've heard those sayings, no pain, no gain, or you have to work harder to make what you want to manifest. But moving into 5D, it's more of a self-realization, a self-actualization. Eckhart Tolle calls it the new earth, which I feel also means a new consciousness, right? We're moving into that new consciousness of celebration, of easiness, of flow, of unity, of world unity. That is the fifth dimension, where we learn or we remember that we are our own facilitators. We are a co-creator, and we have the ability to help heal ourselves. We have the ability to manifest with ease and grace and flow. So as we step into our superpower, we realize this, that you being sensitive and you being authentic is a superpower. So for many of you, being authentic, we have to ask ourselves, what does being authentic mean? And it really is about being genuine and real and being present in the present moment. All right. Now, many of us are light workers and many of us are empaths. As we're opening up to this fifth dimensional world, many of us are awakening, and it has started many years ago, but we have seen the most of it happening in the last 2 to 3 years. Yes. We have been opening many people with the spiritual awakening as if they are asking the question, there has to be more. How can I facilitate in my own healing? You know, they ask themselves, why am I becoming so sensitive to not only love, but sound and light and music? Why am I becoming more emotional? That's the empathic part of ourselves that's opening up. Truly. Have you ever been told, maybe you have, maybe you've been told, oh, you're too sensitive, you know, you don't need to be so sensitive. And a lot of us have thought that that was a fault or something negative. But when you learn about stepping into your superpower, that being sensitive is actually a guiding light, a guiding force, a guiding companion for you, and it's been there all along, as it was told to Dorothy, right, on Wizard of Oz, it's been there all along. It's just that we want to be able to understand it more so we can open up to that superpower of sensitivity and of authenticity. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story, being a medium and a psychic. I'm also a healing intuitive facilitator. I get questions asked a lot of me about medical health issues, medical concerns, whether it's human or animal. I always have to state I'm not a medical doctor, but intuitive, how I work intuitively is I do medical scans of the body. So I take a scan of the body and I feel, excuse me, where the energy's going. If there's a block or a slowdown of the energy, if it's feeling stuck. And where is it in the body? Is it the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body, right? And then when did it start and where does that come from? And also suggestions on how to move forward. And I'll tell you an example as I tell you my story, all right? I grew up actually in a psychic family. So a lot of the women in my family are very, very psychic. My great aunt was hired by the Air Force to find a missing pilot and plane. So can you imagine that back in the day, my great aunt was hired by the government to find a missing pilot and plane. So they came to her and she said, you know, I'll find him for you, but you know, he's already dead. So do you still want me to continue? And they said, of course, we want to know because we can't locate him. He's in the snowy mountains. We just can't get out there. We don't have anyone else to work with right now. We need more help. So she did find the pilot and plane in the mountains. The pilot was several hundred feet away from the plane and she targeted in on him right away. So as I'm growing up as a very young child, I'm hearing stories. I'm meeting my great aunt. I'm getting to know my great grandmother. I'm getting to know my mother is very psychic. I'm getting to know that the women in my family, anytime we got together for holidays, for any special occasion, they would all gather, and whether they did a seance or they would have these conversations, you know, I would learn about them. I didn't always sit and participate because I was very young, but I would hear about them afterwards growing up, and I would learn and have those conversations about how this ability was so natural for us. So me growing up in a household of psychics, or my mother being psychic, it was natural for me to have books in my home that were from Edgar Cayce, right? The Sleeping Prophet. It was normal for me to have books about the paranormal or metaphysics. Those topics are not foreign to me. And not only am I intuitive in my family, I certainly believe my brother and my other brother and sister are, absolutely. So I never spoke about this growing up outside of the home because it wasn't discussed. It wasn't discussed. My friends didn't really have much of an interest or knowledge about it. But inside the home, it was very normal. We were never afraid. There was never fear. It was always love and fun and practice. So my brother and I, who are very close in age as we're growing up, we're practicing, right? We're kids. We're learning about our abilities. We're lighting the candle in the dark, asking Abraham Lincoln to come through, asking all of the wonderful people to come through and, you know, blow the candle, right? Make the candle wick move. The candle flame moves. So, I mean, it was fun for us. It was conversation. It was things to do. It wasn't anything really special in our family because it was so down to earth, right? And so fortunately, as I growing up now, and I know that I want to study this and do this as my career path, there's another place as to where to study this. Where can I be around people of like minds? Where can I talk to people like this, right? So I couldn't find anything in my area, so I ended up getting my degree in psychology. It's the closest thing I could find to transpersonal psychology, parapsychology, anything like that, right? But it has served to help me in many ways, because now with my psychology, I've certainly gone on to study with many, many people. I have studied with people here in the United States, in Brazil, in Germany, and of course in England at the Arthur Findlay College, which is somewhat like Hogwarts from Harry Potter. The Arthur Findlay College, it's in Stansted. Many of those beautiful instructors, tutors have come to the United States that I have continued to learn from. So I've always had these abilities, but it's about how to learn how to hone them in. So as I'm stepping into my authentic power, right? it's not so mainstream, it's not talked about. It's not something I can actually support myself with, or so I'm always doing my readings, because I do readings for people privately. Now I'm doing them on Zoom or phone, but back then I was working with them in person. I would do it part-time, right? I would do it part-time on the weekends after my day job, and then I'd hold down a full-time job to help support me. Well, what happened and how I stepped into my authentic power was spirit world came to me one day in Colorado. My angels came to me, is what I feel. I feel they were angels, and they picked me up maybe by my shirt sleeves, and they dropped me into a lifeboat, and they said, you know what? We're going to save your life, because we don't want you to do this anymore. You're not the day job person anymore, right? We need you to do this full time. Part time is not cutting it, Cheryl. You need to step into it full time. So I heard them very loud and clear. They said, watch the magic of the universe. Watch what happens. Not only did they provide me with a marketing angel, which I asked for. I said, well, if I'm going to do this, I need a marketing angel. I need to somehow tell people I'm here. How do I reach people? So I was able to manifest a marketing angel 3 days later. They helped me, providing me with enough savings and finance and housing. I mean, just all the things that's like starting a job, starting a business, doing this full time. So I turned on my website at the end of the Mayan calendar, right? Wasn't that December 21st, 2012, right around then? So I have to tell you, right at the end of the Mayan calendar, as soon as I launched my website, my official website, because I had some before, but this one was the shiny one. This is the one that was very professional. I started getting calls right away, and it wasn't within but 30 days that I had another amazing angelic intervention where they told me, watch what we're going to do. And all of a sudden my phone was just ringing off the wall. I needed help. I needed an assistant. So I had an assistant help me for a while to get things under wraps so I could step into this authenticity, because telling people that you're a medium and a psychic back when that was not a popular thing or it wasn't talked about, it's a big deal. Right now, we're so fortunate that we are much more mainstream, and it has a lot to do with this fifth dimension, with the spiritual awakening that everyone is stepping into. So stepping into my superpower, I'm now going to share with you a couple of clients that I worked with during this time. I'm going to call this man David for his privacy. It's not his real name, but this experience is real. So David calls me up in the evening. It's late at night. I'm not sure why I answered the phone. I don't work in the evenings usually. And very depressed young man on the phone, not knowing what to do, just saw my name somewhere on the website, thought he would give it a try. David had depression. David had been in an auto accident about a year previous, where he wasn't able to work at the moment. He was on disability. He was on pain medication for the backaches and what have you. And of course, then depression set in because he wasn't being productive, right? So he didn't know where to turn to. He was on all the medication. He's in counseling. He's stuck. He's stuck, literally, right? And so I create a relationship with this man, and we began talking over the phone. This is all by phone. He's in another state across country, and we meet a couple of times per week, and we follow up, and we go into meditation together, and we talk about being open-hearted and being authentic. We talk about what his superpower is, because he too was extremely sensitive, but he didn't know it. He didn't know how sensitive he was until someone like me or a light worker, a medium, would step in and coach him and say, that is your sensitivity, and bring that to his attention. Let him know that those voices or those intuitive instincts he was hearing really is the spirit world. There were his guides, his angels, maybe they were his loved ones in spirit. So as I began to work more and more with him, maybe over a 3-month period, he begins to open up and create and bring in more light into his life. He begins to bring in more power. He has a reason to breathe, so to speak, and get out of bed every day. Now he's curious, right? He wants to find out, what is this all about? You know, why all of a sudden his intuition is kicking in and helping to guide him on his path, helping him to feel better and co-create his own healing in his body. So along with his medical team, because he does have medical doctors. So here I am working with him energetically. He does have medical team. We are able to work, and he can reduce his medication. He can reduce his pain medication, or he can reduce his medication for depression, because he's starting to feel better. He's starting to recognize, like, hey, I have a light within me, and there's more to life. I can really reach outside myself. I can call in the healing powers from God or angel or source, the great spirit, whomever we call that beautiful source energy. So when he learns that he's not only grounded to Mother Earth, but he's also connected to the divine above, he empowers himself, right? I am only the facilitator, right? I am here to help him find answers, but they're his own answers, right? And they come from his own heart and his own spirit team. So that is one of my stories, is he has certainly reduced his medication tremendously. He started working again. And it's just such a beautiful story. And him and I have maintained a friendship over the many years. We still talk. He's very much a very sensitive empath. He has found his voice, so to speak. He knows that he's an animal communicator as well, because one of his biggest passions are his animals, his pets. So, I mean, I really feel that with him recognizing that he is a spiritual being, having these human experiences, as we all are spiritual beings, having that human experience, we can find out that we are much more powerful than we remember we are, or we are much more powerful and capable of calling in and invoking and inviting a higher invitation for helping. So that's one of my stories, was with David. I'm going to share with you just another story. And this is with Linda. Of course, the name, I am protecting her privacy, but I have permission from these people to share the story. Linda is another spiritual worker along with myself. We were giving readings one evening, and I was telling her, you know, it's funny what spirit brings through, but you know, Linda, I really think your cell phone's going to break. And she goes, Cheryl, my cell phone's brand new. Like, what are you talking about? It's not going to break. And I'm like, Linda, just, you know, take it for what it's worth. This is what's coming through for you. These are your, you know, I'm connecting with your guides. This is what they're telling me. Like, just remember, it's always energy. Everything's energy. And by the way, Linda, you're going through something right now, because the car you're driving, you know, you have to be careful. You might have a tire happen, or a break, or I don't know. I just felt like something happens with your car. I just saw like a light coming on your panel, a brake light or something. So just be aware. Now, just to tell you, I would never give a warning to anyone that would ever create fear. I have given out maybe 3 over the last 20 years of my work, but I always tell you when I do. And I said, Linda, I said, I'm not here to create fear in you. I'm just here to tell you, look out, you know, be careful, just pay attention, right? Just pay attention, right? You know how we get distracted so easily. And she laughs once again, Cheryl, I just bought this car last year. There's just no way. And so we laugh it off, right? Because we both understand spirit, you know, and we just have to go with the flow. Well, it wasn't but just a few weeks later that she calls me and tells me her phone broke. She doesn't know what happened, but it stopped working and she had to go in and get another phone. And it wasn't but within a month or 2 later that she was driving. She just stepped in her car, leaving her home, turning the block, and a light came on in her on her dashboard. So because she is also a very aware person, she remembered the reading we had. She pulled over, and it wasn't but when she pulled over that many more lights came on her dashboard. It turns out that, you know, of course she called her husband right away. She had the car towed. She is like, I am not driving this car. And what happens? It turns out they ended up getting another car the next year. So I just want to say that when you step into your superpower of being authentic, of being real, of being genuine, of being the loving, beautiful person that you are, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And there is a lot of manifesting that comes with it too, right? So we all want to manifest. We all want to manifest our heart's desires, and being authentic, being unique, being real, being genuine, being honest. That is the way to step into your superpower of authenticity. And I want to say, the universe will bring you whatever you ask for. The universe will bring you whatever you think about. So why not think about good stuff, right? Think about good thoughts, thoughts with higher intention, thoughts of gratitude. So I'm going to tell you some ways that you can bring manifesting into your life, but ways you can be more authentic as well. All right. So as my spiritual medium, just going back to my story, as my spiritual medium, I'm working now. I am stepping into my superpower. I am authentic. Spirit says, well, now you're going to move. You're going to move from Colorado to California. And by this time, I just have to go with the flow. I trust Spirit completely. I don't know what's ahead of me, but I know I have family in California. I know I can land here if I ever needed to. But I just knew I was being called to California. I knew I was being called to the water, to the ocean. I knew that ocean serves me, and many of you, the ocean is a beautiful healing power for you as well. So if you're ever being called to go to the mountains or to the ocean, to any part of this planet that has to do with nature, I encourage you to do that. Because a lot of times we can tell ourselves, no, that's just in my imagination. I'll put it off till next year or when the time is right. But let me tell you that your dreams and wishes are not like no one else's. You and I, we may share some of the same dreams and wishes. For example, maybe we both want to live by the ocean. But then after a while, your dreams and wishes do become much more unique and applicable to you as mine do to mine. So what I'm saying is you were given those dreams and wishes. It's as if that's really what you want. You want that passion in your life. And when you create passion and do what you want to do, or what do they say? Do what you love and the money will follow. Then it won't seem like a day anymore that you're working, because it's all going to be love and joy. That's absolutely true, because your uniqueness is your superpower. And a lot of us, I talk to people all the time. I do this for a living. I help empower people. I help them understand that what they're leaning towards, or if they're asking me for validation of why they're even getting the feeling. Maybe I have someone that wants to write a book and they're asking me, why is it they want to write the book? Why, Cheryl? Why? And why am I blocked and I can't do it? So my goal is I always ask the spirit world to come through in my readings, of course, always asking for the most appropriate information from my clients. But I also tune into past life. It could very possibly have been that this person I'm working with was a scribe in a previous life, right? Where this person maybe was a monk and they wrote scripture, whatever that past life was that had to do with writing. And that's why they felt that need or that craving or that thirst, so to speak. So it's as if they brought what they loved to do in a past life, what we love to do in our past life, we bring it forward, or the lessons that we want to learn, we bring those forward, either to learn again or to learn more from them, to create in different ways. So we are co-creators, right? So those are my two stories about being a spiritual medium. I came to California now. A whole community has opened up for me. I love California. I miss Colorado, and I live in many other parts of the world at different times. I try to travel and do my readings. Now that we're all in person again, we're working towards that. I'm looking forward to seeing people in person. So not only has California opened up, but I was able to listen to my intuition and follow my guidance. And do you know that knowing that you have sometimes, like, you just know stuff, I knew at one time that I would be caring for my father when he became ill. And it's exactly what I do. There was just no ifs, ands, or buts. I went to do that. I moved into his home to help him those last few years of his life. But I'm saying that the knowing that we have, that's the claircognizance, right? So just to share with you, if you can touch into that claircognizance or validate the things that we know that have no words to them, that is tuning in to a higher spirit, a higher frequency, right? And a lot of people come to me and they see images, right? That's the clairvoyance working. That's the third eye opening up, so to speak. So I always invite you, if you're looking to open up your clairvoyance, we're going to do a meditation in just a moment where we will open up our clairvoyance and we will open up our clairaudience. Those are the two that are the most popular and the most common. So I'll take you on a meditation to do that. But clairaudience, it's as if we're hearing our intuition. We're hearing that small, still voice. We're hearing, and hearing and seeing and knowing and all these clairs, what happens is when you begin to work with them by inviting your guides and angels in to help you, you will step into that trust, that power, and you'll begin to realize that you do not only have a spirit team behind you, but your own intuition is at play here. Okay, very good. So if we have some time, I'd like to take you on a meditation. And this beautiful meditation, let me just say, one way to open up your superpower, your being authentic, meditation, it's such a beautiful nourishment for the soul. It's like a spiritual vitamin, if you want to look at it that way. It has many benefits, many. But one of them is to kind of be in that silence and that stillness. When we do allow ourselves to connect with our breath and the stillness and the silence, we find that there's a whole vastness of adventure awaiting for us and communication awaiting for us. But as you know, I don't have to tell you, meditation has many benefits. It lowers your blood pressure, your anxiety. It helps with depression. It helps you sleep better. It helps you focus. It helps calm your nerves, right? We're very, very much in this social media, lots happening in our world. Meditation, it's about you connecting with your soul, that beautiful soul that is so much greater than you could ever imagine. And it's about you connecting with your guides, your loved ones, asking them for help, taking that time not only to ask for help, but to receive help. They say that meditating is our prayer is talking to God, and meditating is listening, right? So listening is a big superpower. And when you begin to listen to the inner voice, the first voice, the intuitive voice, let that be your guide. And the other voices that sneak in, the ones that maybe say, oh, you can't do this, or there's doubt, why do you have doubt, or try it tomorrow. It's not that those are bad. It's that they want the attention as well. The ego wants the attention as well. We have to love the ego. It is a part of ourselves. But maybe we say, look, take a rest, take a break, ego. You did a great job today, right? Take a rest, take a break. I'm going to step into my intuition right now. I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, but we'll connect later. And then you can open up that imagination, right? That Harry Potter feeling of flowers and animals and your loved ones, your children. Open up that love to your loved ones here in the physical world. What brings you love in the physical world first? Your children, gardening, walking in nature. Maybe it's taking a nap or eating a beautiful meal or dessert, talking to friends on the phone. What brings you energy and what opens your heart? That's a beautiful way to meditate, right? And then we let that go and more light comes in. So let me guide you on a meditation right now to help you connect not only with Mother Earth, because we are here for World Unity Week, connecting with the earth and grounding. I can't tell you how important it is. So we'll do that first in our meditation, and then we'll move right into clairvoyance and clairaudience. So if you don't mind, this will be 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes max. It really doesn't take that long. It's all about setting that intention, right? We always come to our meditation, just to let you know, with a beginner's mind. We step into meditation as a sacred journey with a beginner's mind, and we ask to be open enough to allow to receive whatever it is for our highest good. Take that breath in. I'd like you to close your eyes. If you don't feel like it right now, you can always let them gaze at the floor. It's about just letting them soften gently. When we close our eyes, we have that ability to kind of turn inwards, all right? It helps us to focus on the inward. So let's take that breath of love and gratitude again. Just for ourselves for the moment, right? You have done such a great job today. You are here. Your heart is open. Your smile is on your face. Your smile is in your heart. You're ready. Just connecting with the breath, listening to the breath, breathing in, and following the breath on the exhale. It's about finding your own rhythm to the breath. On the next breath in, breathing all the way down to the belly. Let's take in a breath all the way down to fill up that belly. Brings in more oxygen, and exhale. Wonderful. And I want you to connect your feet with Mother Earth right now. So if your feet are on the floor, or if you're lying down, that's fine. But I want you to put your feet on the floor and connect with the floor beneath you, because we're going to send energy out the bottoms of our feet like roots on a tree down to the center of Mother Earth. So imagine beautiful light coming out the bottoms of your feet, which we have chakras on the bottoms of our feet. We have minor chakras, 7 major and many, many other chakras. Sending a beautiful white light like roots on a tree down to the center of Mother Earth, finding your way, having it go easily with grace and with flow. You're exploring with those roots of light going all the way down. You may see colors of red or of orange. Those are Mother Earth colors. Browns and greens, anything in nature, you'll also find in the center of Mother Earth. Perhaps there are pyramids or trees or rivers. There are boulders and rocks. Making your way to the center of Mother Earth. And I want you to anchor yourself in the center of Mother Earth, right? Anchor yourself. Send your energy to the beautiful healing love, the unconditional love. You might wrap your energy around a crystal in the middle of the earth, around a tree, around something of a big boulder, as I said, anchoring that beautiful energy that she has for you. On the next breath in, I want you to begin to draw up that beautiful grounding energy, bringing that energy up from her, up through the roots again. We're coming back up the roots, gently coming up through the earth. We are drawing up earth energy, very grounding. Feeling that light coming now to the floor where your feet are connected, bringing that light up through the bottoms of your feet. Beautiful. Gently breathing your own natural rhythm. Beautiful. Feeling that light coming up through the bottoms of your feet and your ankles. Bringing that light now up through the shins and the calves, the knees, all the way up the thighs. Continue breathing up that light all the way up, not only from the base of your spine, but up through your abdomen, all the way up into your heart space, and letting that Mother Earth energy rest in your heart. Beautiful. And now in your mind's eye, I want you to reach up above the top of your head. I want you to reach up that 7th chakra, opening up that beautiful energy. It's about 6 inches right above your head, opening up all that gold light, bringing in all the gold light from the above, from the divine, letting that just pour in like liquid gold, liquid light if you want. It could have shimmers or sparkles, letting all that divine inspiration coming in through the top of the head, coming all the way down through the third eye, the throat, gently letting it rest, breathing it in now to the heart space. Beautiful. Breathing it into the heart space. Beautiful. And now to practice clairvoyance just for a few moments with your eyes closed. I'd like you to look at the room that you are in. Just look at one area of the room, whether it's a picture or a corner, a wall. I want you to see in more detail, see how much you can see with your physical eyes closed, but your spiritual eyes open. Can you see the door of the room that you're in, or your front door that's across the room from you, your office door? Take a look at the wall if you'd like. Maybe there's a photograph or a picture that's painted that's caught your attention. I want you to imagine it in as much detail as you can at the moment. Maybe find 3 colors to look at, right? If the door is white, for example, or cream colored, look for 2 other colors, maybe the gold doorknob, or maybe the picture with the dark frame nearby. Be observant with your mind's eye, those spiritual eyes. That's practicing clairvoyance. Beautiful. Okay, coming back now to the heart. Let's breathe in and out of the heart and finish that exercise. And I want to take you on one more exercise to open your clairaudience, the inner hearing. So how we practice clairaudience is you're hearing my voice, but what 3 other things are you hearing that are around you? Take a moment and find 3 things. Maybe it's the air conditioner. Maybe you hear a dog barking across the street. Listen for 3 things, and I'll take just a moment. Maybe you're hearing your breath. Beautiful. When you have found your 3 things, you have finished and you have done an amazing job. So finding your way back to your heart space, to that heart energy where we have Mother Earth and the divine light, we want to come back now, and we want to give so much gratitude, because gratitude opens doors. It heals us. Gratitude brings us to the present moment. I want you to feel and think, what is it that you're grateful for in this moment? And see if you can think of 3 things before we finish our meditation today. What 3 things or 3 people are you grateful for? Let's take a moment. Beautiful. When we have gratitude, even for the simplest things in life, we step into our superpower of being truly amazing co-creators in this universe. So let's finish our meditation now with that gratitude. Find yourself coming back into your own space, your own here and now, finding yourself coming back to the physical body, breathing gently, feeling yourself taking in that breath and moving that abdomen, coming back ever so gently. You may be aware now of your hands and your feet. You can wiggle your toes if you'd like, or move your hands softly, wiggle your fingers. Take a breath in, feeling your chest, your abdomen, your heart space. Whenever you're ready, you may gently open your eyes, coming back into your here and now. Ever so gently. It's so important to come back gently because we have been in an altered state. So when you're ready, I'd like you to just rub your hands. It helps to ground you. Also tap your feet on the ground. That brings your energy in the physical body because we want to be here. The healing happens in the body. It's our awareness of more of our surroundings and being one with all that's around us. That's truly our goal, is to remember that we're one and everything has energy. My phone has energy. My pen has energy. Everything around us is energy. So start looking at your life that way and connecting with those things that bring you a higher resonance. Connect with people who help uplift you, that talk and speak of words of high vibration, of compassion and forgiveness, of light, laughter, and love, right? So to connect to your superpower, it's always helpful to do some automatic writing or spiritual writing. We can also call it free writing. If you have a spiritual journal that you keep with you, please document your experiences, even from today's meditation. How did it feel to ground? What did you see in the clairvoyant image? What colors were there? What did you hear in that clairaudience exercise? What 3 things did you hear? As we document, what we do is we're bringing the unseen world into the seen world by putting it in matter. We're putting it in form, making it more and more real. And therefore, we can trust ourselves. We can trust the spirit world. We can trust our higher guidance system, our higher self. We can bring that into a higher knowing and be at peace with that. So not only do I want you to breathe and meditate and do some energy writing or automatic writing, but having gratitude, it's got to be the biggest. It's got to be at the top of your list. Every day in every way, a great affirmation would be, I'm so grateful, more and more of every day in every way. Another affirmation would be, if I just may read you a quote from Wayne Dyer, our Dr. Wayne Dyer. Many of you know Dr. Wayne Dyer. Be in a state of gratitude for everything that shows up in your life. Be thankful for the storms as well as the smooth sailing. What is the lesson or gift in what you are experiencing right now? What is that lesson that you're learning right now? Find your joy not in what's missing in your life, but in how you can serve, right? How we can serve. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the things that we already have. Because what the universe says, right? When we focus on being in gratitude, the universe hears us. They feel our vibration, right? And they bring us more things to be grateful for. That's how it works, right? When we have gratitude, the universe says, yes, Cheryl's having gratitude today. Let's send her more things to be grateful for. So the universe responds to your vibration, right? And we're not perfect. We're not there all the time. But if we practice this, if we carry a practice with us by writing it down or using affirmations to help us remember those things, that's all we ask, is to open the window, open the door, right, to a higher, positive, more joyful life. Okay? I'd like to finish just by reading another quote for you. If I may, I'd just like to read 2 more short quotes. One is by Mother Teresa. She says, do small things with great love, right? Just do the smallest things with great love and passion in your heart. And the Dalai Lama says, world peace begins with inner peace. That's the Dalai Lama. So I just want to thank all of you for allowing me to be part of this beautiful World Unity Week today. I do want to tell you that I am a co-author of a book. It's available on Amazon. It's called The Last Breath, True Stories of Mediumship, the Afterlife, and Messages from Heaven. And this is about 40 mediums share their stories of the spirit world. So you'll learn meditations, signs from spirit, how to connect with your own loved ones in the spirit world. And also my story is chapter 6, Spirit Party. I wrote about when my father was transitioning, how the spirit world stormed his house with, banners and busyness. I stepped into this energy of guides, of angels, of my loved ones, getting ready for a party, getting ready for his transition. So it's a beautiful book. Once again, it's The Last Breath. Also, I'm always doing readings by phone or Zoom. I hope to get out in public and we all start traveling so much more again. But I just want to say thank you so much for having me, Noelle and Rita. It's been such an honor to share this platform today.
Absolutely wonderful, Cheryl. Such a treat to introduce you to this co-creative emergence group. And I know you may get an invitation in the future.
Absolutely.
To be with Noelle and Bob on their Thursday evening programs. So thank you so much. So lovely to see you. And Noelle, Bob, the whole team out there who've been working so hard this
Yes, a lot of our team is here. Hasina Patel from South Africa and Dr. Tom Acklin from Frederick, Maryland, Kathy Mason from Boulder, Colorado. It's Tex, I don't see Tex here, Tex Albert from Quebec. So our little village is so pleased to have had you with us this hour. And it's, my feet are still tingling. It was really beautiful. I'm so grateful. And yes, we'd love to have you on one of our Thursday night calls. They're 8 to 9:30 on Thursdays, and they're 90 minutes long. So maybe we would have some time for some interaction.
Oh, I would love that.
That would be really awesome. So thank you so much for being here, Cheryl. What a gift. And Rita, you're the best. You know that. We love you. So I'm gonna.
It's fun being part of the